I thought I was losing my mind at work until I learned someone else was living under my digital identity. For 6 months, I watched my entire professional reputation crumble around me, questioning every decision I'd ever made, wondering if I was secretly incompetent this whole time. But the truth was so much worse than self-doubt. Someone had been systematically destroying me from the inside, wearing my face in the digital world while I slept. My name is Maya Chen, and I'd worked at Rothman and Associates Marketing for 4 years before everything fell apart. I was good at my job, really good. Senior account manager at 28, handling 6-figure campaigns, trusted with the company's biggest clients. My boss, Rachel, had literally told me 6 months before all this started that I was on track for creative director. I had a corner desk, a stellar performance record, and genuine friendships with my coworkers. I wasn't perfect, but I showed up, I delivered, and people respected that. Then, Vanessa Bradford walked through our office doors on a rainy Tuesday in March, and my life became a living nightmare. She seemed amazing at first, gorgeous in that effortless way, honey blonde hair, always perfectly styled, clothes that looked expensive, but not showy, this warm smile that made you feel like you'd been friends forever. She was hired as a senior strategist, which meant we'd be collaborating closely. On her first day, she brought homemade cookies for the whole team. Who does that? I remember thinking she was almost too nice, but I shut down that thought immediately because it felt mean and judgmental. Maya, I've heard so much about you, she'd said, shaking my hand with both of hers. Rachel says you're basically the backbone of this place. I really hope we can work together. I have so much to learn from you. Red flag number 1, right there. But I didn't see it. I just felt flattered. The first incident happened 3 weeks later. I was presenting our spring campaign strategy to our biggest client, Luminex Tech, when their CEO stopped me mid-sentence. Maya, I appreciate the revised approach, but we specifically said in our email thread last week that we wanted to avoid millennial-focused language. We need to target Gen X decision makers. My stomach dropped. I'm sorry. What email thread? He pulled out his phone and showed me. There it was, an email chain from my address, time-stamped at 2:47 a.m. on a Thursday, where I apparently argued for a completely different direction than what we'd agreed on. The tone was weirdly aggressive, almost defensive. I would never write like that. I didn't send this, I said, my voice shaking. This isn't even how I communicate. Someone must have... Maya, it's from your email address, your signature block, everything. I lost that account. $23,000 in monthly retainer, gone. Rachel called me into her office afterward, her face tight with disappointment. What happened? You've never dropped the ball like this. I didn't send those emails, Rachel. I swear to God, someone accessed my account. Your password is compromised? I don't know. Maybe, she sighed. Change it. And Maya, I need you focused. This isn't like you. That phrase would haunt me. This isn't like you. I must have heard it 50 times over the next 4 months. Vanessa found me crying in the bathroom 20 minutes later. Hey, I heard what happened. That's so unfair. She rubbed my back like we were old friends. Listen, I have some contacts at Luminex. Maybe I could make some calls, smooth things over. I'd be happy to help you fix this. You'd do that? Of course. We're a team, right? Red flag number 2. She was always there right after something went wrong. always ready to help, always positioning herself as my savior. The incidents accelerated after that. My security badge started showing access logs to the building at 11 p.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m. on nights I was definitely home in bed. Our IT guy, Marcus, showed me the records himself. Weird, right? Either someone cloned your badge or you're sleepwalking into work. That's not possible. I'm just showing you what the system says, Maya. Then, confidential client files I'd been working on started appearing on the shared drive with modifications I never made. Budget numbers changed. Timeline dates shifted. My carefully crafted strategy documents rewritten in a subtly different voice. When I brought it up in team meetings, people looked at me with confusion. Maya, you sent us the updated version yesterday, my colleague David said, pulling up his email. See? From your address, 3:22 p.m. But I'd been in client meetings all afternoon that day. I checked my sent folder. Nothing there. It was like I was living in two places at once, doing things I had no memory of doing. The anonymous HR complaints started in June. I was called into a meeting with Rachel and our HR director, Patricia, who slid a printed report across the table. We've received multiple complaints about your behavior, inappropriate comments about coworkers' appearance, discussing confidential salary information, creating a hostile work environment. My hands went numb. What? Who said this? The complaints are anonymous, but they're detailed and consistent. We have to take them seriously. Patricia, I would never. I don't gossip. I don't comment on people's appearance. I haven't even heard anyone's salary except my own. This is insane. We're going to need to open an investigation, Patricia said, her voice professionally sympathetic in that HR way that makes you feel like a criminal even when you're innocent. Vanessa was so supportive through it all. She'd stop by my desk with coffee, send me encouraging texts, offer to help me prep for meetings with HR. I believe you, Maya. I know you're not the person they're describing. It's like someone's trying to sabotage you. That was the moment I should have realized. She said it. She planted the seed so perfectly that when I finally figured it out, I'd second-guess myself because she'd been warning me all along. By August, I was barely sleeping. My performance reviews, which had been stellar for 4 years straight, suddenly tanked. Rachel listed incident after incident, missed deadlines, communication failures, unprofessional conduct, client complaints. Half of them I had no memory of. The other half weren't even my fault. But somehow, the documentation showed they were. I'm putting you on a performance improvement plan, Rachel said, and I could see genuine sadness in her eyes. She'd mentored me, believed in me. Now she looked at me like I was a stranger. Maya, I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to figure it out, or we're going to have to discuss termination. I went home that night and ugly cried for 3 hours. My boyfriend, Jake, found me on the bathroom floor, hyperventilating. Maya, baby, you need to quit. This job is destroying you. I can't quit. That's letting them win. Whoever's doing this, maybe no one's doing anything, he said gently, and I saw the doubt in his eyes. Maybe you're just overwhelmed and making mistakes, and your brain is creating this narrative to protect you from feeling. You think I'm crazy. I think you're stressed. Even the person who loved me most was starting to question my sanity. The breakthrough came on a Thursday night in September. I'd stayed late to work on a presentation, and the office was nearly empty. Vanessa was still there too, 2 cubicles down. I saw the light from her monitor flickering. Nothing unusual about that. Lots of us worked late. But then, I needed to print something, and the printer near her desk was closer than mine. As I walked past, I glimpsed her screen. It was my email account, open on her computer. I froze. Just for a second, I saw my inbox, my sent folder, my signature block. Then she minimized it so fast, I almost convinced myself I'd imagined it. She turned around with that warm smile. "Hey, still here? You work too hard, girl." My heart was pounding so hard I thought she could hear it. "Yeah, just finishing up." I went back to my desk and acted normal, but my hands were shaking. How was she accessing my email? My passwords were secure. I had two-factor authentication. Unless I opened my laptop and started digging, really digging. I checked my authorized devices, my security settings, my login history, and there it was, a session that had been active for months, authorized from a device registered as Maya iPhone 2. But I only had one iPhone. Someone had created a mirror device, somehow linked it to my account, and had been accessing everything I did in real time. The timestamp of when that device was added? March 19th, 3 days after Vanessa started. I felt like I was going to throw up. Every email, every document, every password. She'd been watching everything, controlling everything, being me digitally whenever she wanted. I didn't confront her. That was the smartest thing I never did. Instead, I went straight to Marcus in IT the next morning. "I need you to help me trace something, and I need you to not tell anyone yet." Marcus was a good guy, a little awkward, but brilliant with systems. When I showed him what I'd found, his eyes went wide. "Holy shit, Maya. This is identity theft. Corporate espionage. Someone's been running a shadow session of your entire digital presence. Can you trace who set it up?" He typed for 20 minutes, going through logs I didn't understand, following digital breadcrumbs. Finally, the initial authorization request came from, oh man, it came from inside the building, specifically from a guest Wi-Fi session during orientation week in March. And look at this. There are scripts running, automated emails, document modifications, badge cloning signals. This is sophisticated. Can you prove who did it? Not yet, but I can monitor the shadow device. If whoever's controlling it logs in again, I can trace the exact location and hardware signature. We set a trap. For 3 days, I acted completely normal, smiled at Vanessa, accepted her offers of help, pretended my world wasn't burning down. Meanwhile, Marcus was watching every digital move. On Tuesday afternoon, while I was in a client call, the shadow device activated. Marcus tracked it in real time. The location, conference room 3B, the hardware signature, Vanessa's company-issued laptop. But we needed more. We needed motive. We needed everything. I started digging into Vanessa's background. Real digging. The kind you do when you know someone's destroying your life. I found her LinkedIn, her Facebook, her college alumni profiles. And then I found it. An old article from her previous company's newsletter 5 years ago. She'd been up for a major promotion at a tech firm in Austin. The position went to someone else. The article mentioned the winner, Maya Chen, chosen for her innovative approach to digital marketing strategy. Different company, different state, but same name, same field, same position she'd wanted. She'd been hunting me, not just competing with me, hunting me. She'd found out I'd moved to this company, gotten herself hired, and launched this elaborate plan to destroy me because 5 years ago, a different Maya Chen had unknowingly taken something she felt she deserved. But here's where it gets even worse. I'm talking twist your stomach worse. I decided to check the HR complaints more carefully. I requested copies under the guise of preparing my defense for the performance review. When I compared the submission timestamps to my own calendar and Vanessa's badge access logs, I found something interesting. She wasn't alone. 3 of the complaints were submitted from IP addresses that traced back to David's home network. David, my colleague who'd always seemed supportive, but had been weirdly distant lately. I did some more digging. Turns out David had applied for the creative director position that Rachel had implied was mine. He'd been passed over, and Vanessa, clever Vanessa, had figured out his resentment and recruited him. She turned my colleague into a co-conspirator. The emails she couldn't send during work hours, he sent them. The after-hours badge access that seemed physically impossible, he went in too, leaving a trail that matched my patterns. 2 people wearing my identity like a mask. I wanted to scream. I wanted to burn the building down. Instead, I built a case. Marcus helped me compile everything. The shadow device logs, the script automation, the IP traces, the timeline that proved I couldn't have physically been in 2 places at once. I hired a lawyer who specialized in corporate fraud. We gathered server logs, badge access records, email metadata, everything. The meeting happened on a Friday morning. Rachel, Patricia from HR, our company's general counsel, Vanessa, David, me, and my lawyer. I'd asked for it. Claimed I had evidence that would explain everything. Vanessa walked in, looking confident, concerned, ready to play her supportive role one more time. David looked nervous, but he didn't know I knew about his involvement yet. "Thank you all for coming," I started, my voice surprisingly steady. "For 6 months, I've been accused of things I didn't do. I've been told I'm not myself. I've questioned my own sanity. And I need you all to understand that I was right to doubt what was happening, because I wasn't doing any of it." I opened my laptop and connected to the conference room screen. This is a log of a shadow device that's been connected to my email account since March 19th. This device has been used to send emails, modify documents, and access confidential files under my credentials. Vanessa's face didn't change, but I saw her hand tighten on her portfolio. This device was activated 47 times over 6 months. Each time, I can prove I was somewhere else, in meetings, with clients, even out of state at a conference. Marcus from IT traced the device to this laptop. I showed the hardware signature on screen. Vanessa's laptop, issued to her by this company. Patricia leaned forward. That's a serious accusation. I have more. The anonymous HR complaints, 3 of them came from an IP address registered to David Marshall's home. I turned to David, who'd gone completely pale. I also have records showing coordinated badge access patterns, where both Vanessa and David entered the building during times when activities were logged under my credentials. My lawyer stepped in. "We're prepared to file criminal charges for identity theft, fraud, and corporate espionage. However, my client is willing to consider alternative resolutions if the company takes appropriate action." Vanessa finally spoke, her voice sharp, nothing warm about it anymore. "This is ridiculous. You're having a breakdown in trying to blame—" "I know who you are," I interrupted. 5 years ago, a marketing director position at TechVance in Austin went to someone named Chen. You worked there. You wanted that job. But it wasn't me. It was a different person with the same name. You've been punishing me for something I didn't even do. The mask dropped completely. Her face twisted into something ugly. You don't deserve any of this. People like you just fall into success while the rest of us fight for scraps. You weren't even the best candidate then, and you're not now.
But I didn't.
I don't care, her voice cracked. You had the job, the name, the reputation. I spent 5 years working twice as hard as everyone else. And then I see your name on this company's website. See you've landed another perfect position. And I'm supposed to just accept that? I'm supposed to let you keep winning? David tried to leave. Security stopped him at the door. The aftermath was swift. Vanessa was fired immediately, escorted out by security, while she screamed about unfairness and bias. David was terminated too. The company offered me a formal apology, a promotion, and a settlement to prevent a lawsuit that would have destroyed their reputation. But honestly, the money and the promotion weren't what mattered. What mattered was the moment Rachel looked at me and said, "Maya, I am so sorry. I should have believed you." What mattered was walking back into that office on Monday morning with my name cleared, watching people approach me with apologies and awkward explanations. What mattered was finally, sleeping through the night without wondering if I was slowly losing my grip on reality. I still work at Rothman and Associates. I got the creative director position. I implemented new security protocols that require multiple verification steps for any major account changes. I give talks at industry conferences about digital security and corporate sabotage. My story went semi-viral in marketing circles, not because it was unique, but because it was more common than anyone wanted to admit. Vanessa sent me one email from a burner account 6 months later. Just one line. "You still didn't deserve it." I deleted it without responding, because here's what I learned through all of this. Some people will hate you for succeeding, will blame you for their failures, will convince themselves that your existence is the reason they're not happy. You can't fix that. You can't reason with it. You can only protect yourself and keep moving forward. My name is Maya Chen. I'm damn good at my job, and I'm not anyone's scapegoat ever again.